How do spirits, deities, or other divine entities or energies govern the world? This is the topic for AGA today. Let us begin this video. Om Shanti, I am Garret, yogi, life coach, as well as spiritual enthusiast. So my purpose of this channel is to actually spread more love, light and positive message out into this world. Okay, so if you do find some of my videos and contents interesting, please feel free to hit like, subscribe and stay around. Okay, so today's question actually for AGA, right, came from Simon. So his question goes like this, okay? This is Simon. I am writing in because I find some of your works rather interesting. Could you please make a video about how spirits, deities, or energies govern or behave in this world? Do they have any significant impact on us humans? Thank you for selecting my question. Kind regards, Simon. So, Simon, this is a very interesting topic as well. So, definitely we as the human being, right, actually carries the spirit within us. So we are actually, our true identity is spirits, to be precise. And yeah, but we're just living in the human costume, that's all. So definitely as spirits, right, we interact with other spiritual beings as well. So they may be deities, they may be spiritual energies as well. Okay, so they do impact us, okay, a lot actually. So the subtle consciousness, right, has many layers to it. That's something that we need to be aware of. Okay, there's so many layers of it. The spirit is just one, yet spirit is not just one. Okay, there are many layers of the spirit. Okay, so even in Mandarin, there's a lot of saying that san hun qi po. So there's a lot of layers of it. So it's actually quite complicated, but nonetheless, I will explain it in this video. So the whole universe, right, is actually permeated by spirits, by Brahman. Okay, that's what we call. Okay, yet in different degrees. Okay, a stone has one unit of life. Even the stone out there you find, right, it has a unit of life. And stones have gender also. Okay, so just so you guys know that stones are actually living things. Okay, stones have life. There are male stones and there are female stones. So the ancient people of every culture basically knew all this. Okay, so let's start off from the lowest form. Stones do have one unit of life. Okay, subsequently, elements, water, have 2 units of life. Subsequently, again, fire have 3 units of life. Follow on, air has 4 units of life. Then we have space that has 5 units of life. Then we got trees out there that has 6 units of life. So animals basically has 7 units of life. Human beings like us have 8 units of life. So they are called Ashtavasu. Okay. So genius and superhuman beings, okay, or geniuses, they have blossomed into 9 units of life. Okay, so there are people who do an extraordinary job on earth. Okay, it need not be all positive. Okay, so like Hitler, it may not be positive. Okay, so these people, they are endowed with 9 units of life. Someone who does things that are inhuman in both senses have got more units of life. Okay, so basically 9 units of life. So then humans, right, can develop between 9 to 16 units of life. So that's something that we need to take note of. So there is this growth that can allow us to progress into more units of life. So when we die, right, we become more powerful in some way. Okay, why do we say that? Because we are no longer bounded by the physical body. And you may hear that ghosts can float through spaces, float through the door, so on and so forth, right? So we go between 9 and 10 units of life. This is strange but true. Okay, that's why ancestors are at worship, right? So during Hungry Ghost Month, or even the the other prayers of ancestors in different cultures, right? We offer prayers and offerings to worship our ancestors. This is the main reason. They can endow us with blessings. The moment this body, right, dies, okay, the spirit becomes free and it has more access to all the world around them. Okay, there are no walls, no doors, and nobody can stop them. And the spirit moves around freely. Okay, so this is one of the nature of the spirit in us. If bound in the body, right, you only have 8 units. You can only reach out to some areas. Okay, when you are 9 units, you have a little bit more power, right? So more units, more power. Okay, but if you die, then you have access to the 9th, okay, and the 10th unit. So you get more access in this planet. That's why people who are dead have the capacity to bless you. So ancestors, friends, loved ones, or close relatives, they got the ability to bless you. Okay, they have more life than you because their spirit, which is freed from the limited body, can know, can cognize, and can bless. You can feel their presence even. Okay, so those much more empathetic or are sensitive, they can feel energies. Like myself, I can sense energies, right? So you're able to know that they are around. Okay, they can grant you some boons. Okay, not all. To whatever extent they are powerful, that much they can bestow blessings on you. Okay, that's one of the reasons, right, that bodies are buried behind the church to make that place much more powerful. A lot of religious places, right, like even Chinese temples, right, they hold a place for the dead to keep their ashes. So all of this, right, carry energies of the dead. Okay, so to make the place more powerful. Okay, so ancestors have got one step more power. In Sanskrit, they are called Pitras. Okay, 10 units of life. So there is one spirit which is one grade higher than the Pitras, that are the Kinaras. Okay, so Kinaras, right, are souls who are behind big social work or political setup, okay, etc. So these Kinaras, right, they got 11 units. Okay, then this then comes the Gandavas. Okay, Gandavas are actually souls that are a little bit higher. Okay, in the next rank, they carry 12 units of life. And Gandava souls, right, are behind every successful artist. Okay, a great musician, right, is not an individual person who is actually singing. So through him, right, there is a spirit called a Gandavas. Okay, and Gandavas bring you great fame. They bring joy and happiness to the population, but they make the person very miserable. Okay, this is the nature of Gandavas. See Michael Jackson, right? He has brought joy to so many people, but his personal life is so miserable. So Michael Jackson is one example, but there are plenty of musicians and great celebrities like Beethoven and all of them. You see, all of this has been, they brought joy to the world, but they are pretty miserable in their personal life. So you take history and you see, the only musician that were happy were the ones who found a path, the ones who had a guru. If they find a guru, if they have a path, they are liberated. Okay, so other than that, right, they will be famous, they will also bring joy to the others, but in their personal life they will be miserable. Okay, so then from the Gandava level, right, is the Yaksha, another grade of souls or spirits. So they are 13 units of life. Okay, Yakshas bring a lot of wealth. So very wealthy people are blessed by Yakshas. Okay, 14 units. And then again, Yakshas can bring comfort, but they don't give the joy or happiness from their progeny. Okay, so they are not satisfied with their own children in general because they are successful, right? And they think that their child need to lift up their standards. But most of them don't, because they are already quite hardworking, so their child needs to be double the effort. Okay, so that's why there's a lot of older generations been telling us, younger generations or strawberry generations, things like that, needs to be spoon fed. or their children's behavior or their children's career or something to do with their progeny makes them miserable. So this is the level of yakshas. They don't know what happens from the progeny. Okay, if it happens in one generation, right, it would definitely not be so in the next generation. So if this generation they themselves are successful, their next generation most likely not as successful. Okay, within the 3 generations, right, they will be miserable. Again, if they walk on the spiritual path, this is voided. Okay, these are yaksha souls. Every city has a yaksha. New York has a yaksha. Los Angeles has a yaksha. Yaksha is the collective spirit of a place, and there are so many yakshas. Okay, so beyond the yakshas, right, there are the devas, 15 units of life. They are the so-called angels. They are in between yakshas and siddhas. The perfected beings are siddhas. Okay, there are 33 types of devas, just so you know. Okay, our body is governed by the devas, and devas are so-called the gods and goddesses. It is not the god, okay, not the creator, but gods and goddesses like deities. Okay, an aspect of the divinity. The spirit which loves diversity expresses itself in diverse forms. These diverse forms of that one spirit are devas. Okay, another example is basically white light. When it breaks up through a prism, so many colors emit, right? 7 major colors come out from the prism. But then so many shades and mixtures of these 7 colors, right, gives you a multitude of colors. Basically that. Okay, this is the explanation of devas. So in the same way, right, from the yaksha, a step higher is devas, devatas or devis. Okay, so many different types of devi, devatas are there. So many types of spirit. Okay, you can call them angels in general. All only benevolent, brilliant, and compassionate. Okay, and these are the various qualities which are expressed in us that are part of the devas. Okay, brilliance is a deva in you. Compassion is a blessing of a deva. If you are happy, that is the blessing of a deva. Okay, innate nature. Or the quality of a deva getting manifested in you. Okay, so the yakshas, right, then devas, and then the siddhas, which is the 16 units of life. A siddha is a perfected human being who has gone deep in meditations. Okay, siddhas, guru that is on the level. Okay, you can see some of the examples are Gautama Buddha, Rama, Krishna, so on and so forth. Okay, they are kept a step above the devas. That's why in puja, right, when anything happens, first is always the guru. Okay, is honored, and then the devatas. Okay, usually in our Himalayan pranam, right, we pray is Gurubhyo Namaha. Okay, Gurubhyo, it starts from there. We actually nominate and honor the guru first. Okay, this is the whole nature. This is the tradition. Gurus and Deva, Yaksha, Gandava, Kinara, Pitras, and then the human being from top to bottom. Okay, there are many levels of spirits. Okay, and all of this, they pretty much affect you in some way. Okay, hope I've actually explained some of these effects that they have on us human beings. Okay, but nonetheless, know that we can move on to 9 units or 10 units of life even before we die. It's possible. Okay, then the whole point of this understanding, right, is for you to go on the spiritual path. So even gurus, right, they themselves have progressed on from human beings all the way up to guru stage. Okay, so it is possible for you to get up to 16 units of life. The whole point is whether you want to. That's the question, because the spiritual path is difficult and it's not meant. It is not an easy path. Okay, and only the very devoted and the committed ones will stay on this path. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this video. If you do, please make sure to share your comments share your learnings and your comments in the comment section below. Okay, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe as well. Okay, I'm ending this video off. Om Shanti.